say stand up. Have you ever been there? Come on now, stand up. Tell us all about it. Stand up. Have you ever been there? Stand up. Testify.
Howling, New Moon Rising is a 1995 direct-to-video horror sequel directed by Clive Turner and starring Clive Turner, Elizabeth Shea, Romy Windsor, John Ramsden, John Huff, Jaqueline Armitage, Harriet Allen, and Claude Allen. The film opens with a dead body. There's a biker and them big cars. I think they planned on having credits over this part of the film, but it just didn't happen. The detective meets with a priest named Father John, who is a satanic expert.
We identified her through home video shot at the circus.
Mary Lou Summers.
You want to tell me about her?
Did he just say Mary Lou? Are they going to continue a plot from a previous movie? Holy shit, what a concept! It's a bar in Podunk called Pappy and Harriet's where we meet Ted, who is actually Ray from the 5th film without his ponytail or a razor.
Right from Australia?
Yeah, but I flew most of the way.
Your arms tired?
I only want to flap them.
Hey, that could give you armoritis.
It's all right. I just had a bout of hepatitis.
Yeah, a little bit further down your leg and probably get pneumonia.
Hell, I'd be more worried about smallcocks.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Your killer is a werewolf.
I knew it was going to be a bad day when I got up this morning.
I knew it was going to be a bad day when I woke up because I knew I was going to have to watch this. Hey kids, there was a phenomenon in the mid-1990s that's been largely forgotten. And with nostalgia for that time period revving up again, I think it's time that we brought back country line dancing. The dancing continues as Ted gets a job at the bar or ranch or whatever the hell this is. There is so much emotion out on that dance floor.
First day, everything according to plan. Landed a job, now I gotta find out about the town before they find out about me.
Ted is up to something. Oh. I guess these two guys have been in this conversation for close to 48 hours now. Holy shit, it's a flashback.
And without exorcism, it meant that the evil still prevailed within the castle.
Ted macks on Jaqueline. Then they dance, eventually dancing right into a barn.
It's getting late. It's 12:45, and I'd really like to take a rain check on the rest of the story.
You've been there for 2 days already. Ted goes for it but gets cock-blocked and is denied. Here's some footage of guys taking a piss with some stupid weenie joke.
What? It's small, isn't it?
Cocktail weenie, bro.
And keep him if you can. But let me tell you, sister, that's one hell of a man.
Jesus Christ, this movie's like some documentary about a guy that built shitty Branson in the middle of the fucking desert. Here's some more line dancing. Then this guy shows up, playing the role of shit-kicking douche, I guess. Ted knows this guy, but denies his knowledge of said douche to his lady.
He's so plastered he wouldn't know his own mother, even if he went to the zoo.
Check out this Virtual Boy vision. That will be a tragic loss. Ted breaks into the mysterious douchebag's room and look at those fat stacks of bread. Later, Harriet goes into the room and discovers a photo of Mary Lou.
Well, after the scream, I looked through my window, and I saw someone wandering around. It looked like Ted.
Ted? What has he got to do with it?
Act acting.
Well, they had a fight at the bar last night.
Well, do me a favor and go look for Ted and ask him if he knows anything about this.
Acting, Jesus! Cheryl peeps into Ted's room and ta-da, a briefcase.
Well, didn't you hear him screaming? You were outside, weren't you? About 3 o'clock this morning?
No, I was asleep. I was dead to the world. Sorry, Cheryl. No.
Worst lying ever.
A freak blizzard had blown up that night, stranding them. None of them seemed overly concerned. They were not to know that the spirit of the werewolf had already assumed the identity of one of the group.
I think flashbacks are going to make up the bulk of this movie.
They thought one of the group must have gone insane. Ted, the only Australian, became the fall guy, and he was never seen again.
But his name was Ray. Can't we do some continuity? Shit!
It's quite a bit to absorb, John. Mind if we just kind of take a break and get a little fresh air?
Ah, fresh air.
I once had a friend that died of jogging. You know, I just went out and the first time he just fell over, died.
Well, it's terrible. How old was he?
94.
Cheryl snoops in Ted's room, discovering that the briefcase is filled with George Jones cassettes. Ted shows up and grabs a tape, making the ladies think he's oblivious, but watches as they slink away.
You didn't drink that beer.
The heck I didn't. I drank it through the table.
Hey, I saw him do that. I told you he didn't drink that beer.
So what's he doing?
That touch of my hat.
Owned! And this guy plans on getting even.
Say stand up. Have you ever been there? Come on now, stand up. Tell us all about it. Stand up. Have you ever been there? Stand up. Testify.
Holy shit. This crowd just seems awkward with this song.
Ted, I'm sorry. You'll have to go.
Ted gets attacked with him almost being mugged, and then this dude gets eaten, I guess. It's like they shot these death scenes using just one lens and a pair of 3D glasses. They find the body, and he apparently had a clipping in his pocket.
Real nice guy. He was out on parole for murder. Well, this could be the dumbest or the smartest thing I've ever done, but Yarrow, just bury him.
You're not going to call the cops? The hell?
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Jesus. I'm almost speechless right now. I mean, this is a werewolf movie, not a shitty knockoff of Blazing Saddles. Harriet has a female-only meeting about mountain lions, and then they connect the dots, drawing a conclusion on what's going on.
Hello, Inspector.
No, Father, it's Marie Adams. Do you remember me?
Wait, Marie? We're doing a callback to 4, too?
So has all the crime. No temptation, no desire. No attempt to light that fire.
I really want to clock this movie to see how long it would actually be if you take out the performances, the line dancing, and the flashbacks. Then they get it on. Wow, Mr. Obvious is using a clear garbage bag. And apparently it wasn't sealed well either, since a group of hungry dogs immediately find said bag.
I found this in Brett Davis's room after he disappeared.
I think you'd better call the cops.
Finally! Here are some more Howling 4 flashbacks.
And pretended to hide in the bell tower. They came after me, and when they were inside, I locked the doors and set the place on fire.
What about Janice? You're taking all the damn credit, and she gave her life to save your ass.
This is the man. He worked on a tow truck.
Seriously? Let me check on that. Holy shit, he was a tow truck driver. It's time for a sing-along, and I'm pretty sure Ted isn't really playing that guitar. He steps away for a minute and somebody wants to hear the sweet sounds of George Jones.
The place is made up of dropouts and misfits. People trying to keep alive dreams that never had any hope of fulfillment. They live in a past that they've invented, justifying their wrongdoings, blaming society for all their ills.
This is awkward. Then he fucking leaves. Then the cops show up and he is busted.
Now, you and I are going somewhere and have a little talk. Hey, what's this about? It's for me to know and you to find out.
Is this legal?
Don't play dumb with me.
He's not playing. Ted ends up knocking him out and handcuffing him with the detective finally arriving. The cop wakes up and, oh, it's a wolf! Ted gets busted and then gives a story about being an investigative reporter.
Who are you? Don't you recognize my voice? Mary Lou?
So Marie knows who Mary Lou is? Huh?
I wasn't hungry, but I didn't kill anyone. I was the one that was nearly killed. I was left for dead. Some villagers found me in the snow a couple of days later.
So Ted didn't die, or Ray, or fuck this shit. And Maria's dead. This plot is a convoluted septic system.
How'd you know it wasn't me? You're taking a hell of a risk.
No, I didn't.
Well, no one else was convinced.
That's the way I planned it.
It turns out she's Mary Lou and everything was a setup. I don't care at this point. Can we just finish this? Man, that was horrible. I've seen some bad effects work. That's some of the worst shit I've ever seen. Okay, Howling, you win. I give up. The constant stream of mediocrity this franchise has shoveled ever since the second installment is nothing compared to this piece of shit vanity project. What's interesting is now they decide, hey, let's tie some of these movies together. Which would have been a good idea if you had done that to begin with. It doesn't matter though, because this film is going to be shit stew one way or another. What's interesting is this entire section of the franchise hinges on director Clive Turner's appearances in these films. I don't know if it's egomania or what's going on here, but it's a hack script with half direction that doesn't even motivate the actors. They're like zombies in this fucking thing. Hey, but at least Clive Turner's character Ted has some witty lines and is a lovable rogue. No, fuck it. And I can't even add Howling to the mix. Sure, it's a horrible film, but at least Christopher Lee's in it and he's trying. After that film, it's all garbage. And Howling New Moon Rising is a fucking landfill it landed in.
As a matter of fact, Brock, I'm into necrophilia, sadism, and bestiality.
Ted.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I think I'm plugging a dead horse.